The movie opens with Secret Service agent Mike Banning undergoing training at a private military facility owned by his friend Wade Jennings, a former Army Ranger who is now the CEO of the paramilitary company Salient Global. During the session, one of Wade's right-hand men confronts Mike for throwing him so hard down the stairs as if it were a real fight. Wade intervenes and tells him to back off. While walking, Mike tells Wade that he has been recommended by the President of the United States for the position of Secret Service Director to replace the soon-to-retire director. Back home, before heading to work, Mike prepares to meet his doctor about his migraines and insomnia, and he also mentions his persistent back pain. The doctor advises him to be more careful, explaining that severe compression has damaged his spinal cord. During a presidential press conference, President Alan Turnbull is asked about his new foreign policy of using private contractors to bolster American troops stationed around the world. The president becomes furious over how this confidential information leaked to the media. Later, we see Mike sharing a family moment with his old friend Wade. While the president is on a rural fishing trip, guarded by his trusted right-hand man Mike, he notices that Mike isn't feeling well and orders him to take a short break. Mike calls Murphy for support. Meanwhile, in a nearby forest, a black van arrives, carrying drones programmed to attack the president's protection unit. Noticing a swarm of drones in the sky, Mike alerts the units to secure the president. The drones begin eliminating all the Secret Service agents with deadly precision. Mike tells Murphy to get the president into the water, as the hard cover isn't enough. He then jumps into the water with the president, diving deep to protect him. In the end, only Mike survives the attack and manages to save the president. News of the assassination attempt on the president during his fishing trip quickly circulates in the media. The president is rushed to the hospital in a coma. Vice President Martin James arrives at the hospital to check on the president, who is now comatose and supported by breathing monitors. The doctor informs him that the president has a good chance of recovery, as there are no signs of swelling or brain damage. He also learns that only Mike Banning survived, though he was brought to the hospital unconscious, while the others died at the scene. Soon after, Judge Spire swears in Martin James as acting president. The FBI, led by Agent Helen Thompson, investigates the crime scene of the attempted presidential assassination. Meanwhile, Leah Banning arrives at the hospital and demands to see her husband. Agent Thompson then questions Mike about what happened at the lake. She interrogates Leah and uncovers substantial evidence suggesting that Banning may be responsible for the attack. The van used to carry out the assault contains Banning's hair, DNA, and skin cells on the launch controls. Additionally, $10 million was mysteriously transferred into his accounts from a state-owned bank in Moscow. It is also revealed that Mike possessed an encrypted folder containing a classified map of the president's lake trip. Banning is subsequently arrested and charged with the attempted murder of a U.S. president, but he insists that he was set up. On the way to a detention facility, Banning and his transport convoy are ambushed. He manages to kill all the assailants, who are revealed to be agents that previously took part in his training exercises, and then escapes. Banning realizes that Jennings has betrayed and framed him. Agent Thompson widens the search to track him down. Meanwhile, at Salient Global headquarters, Jennings receives an encrypted call questioning his failure to kill Mike and warning that he won't be paid until the job is finished. Banning calls his wife, Leah, to let her know he is alive. The FBI taps the call, revealing Mike's current location. Before he hangs up, a High Mountain militia identifies him, but he manages to overpower them and takes off with their truck, leading to a road chase. However, Banning escapes once again and heads to his father, Clay, who has been hiding in the woods for the past 5 years, while the hunt for him continues. At a White House news briefing, the president announces that Secret Service agent Mike Banning planned and carried out the assassination attempt with the full support of the Russian government. Meanwhile, Jennings' IT specialist manages to locate Banning's hideout in West Virginia. Using cameras, Banning and his father, Clay, spot Jennings' men approaching the house. Clay then detonates explosives around the perimeter, killing several of the attackers. In the morning, Banning uses the phone of one of the attackers to call Jennings, vowing to hunt him down. While driving away, Mike sends the coordinates of the cabin to the FBI, who later discover several of Salient Global's henchmen that he killed. Agent Thompson begins to have second thoughts, suspecting that Banning was set up, and decides to visit Salient Global's training camp to uncover the truth. Back at the hospital, President Turnbull awakens from his coma. Banning reveals to his father that he has a wife and daughter who need his protection. Meanwhile, Jennings' men go to Mike's home to kidnap Leah and their daughter, but they're saved by Clay, who reveals to Leah that he is Mike's father. Later, Agent Thompson and another FBI agent go to meet Jennings at Salient Global headquarters, but he kills them both. Mike goes to the hospital, but is captured. After learning about his arrest, President Turnbull orders his immediate release and asks to meet him, stating that Mike is the reason he's still alive. He saved him. Meanwhile, as Wade and his henchmen prepare for an assault, Banning devises a plan to evacuate the president to safety. However, Gentry remains unconvinced about his return. The oxygen link alerts Mike that Wade is planning to blow up the entire ICU by increasing the oxygen and nitrogen levels to unstable amounts, leading to an explosion. Mike immediately orders the evacuation of the entire hospital. On the way out, as Banning leads Turnbull to safety with help from Gentry and other loyal agents, a gunfight erupts with Jennings' henchmen. Sam is killed by Wade. Moments later, as the oxygen levels spike, a massive explosion engulfs the entire building, making it to sink underneath, causing a deafening blast. Wade and his men continue to pursue them, determined to finish the job. After a long gun battle, Mike manages to eliminate many of the attackers. Realizing the mission is lost, Jennings attempts to escape via helicopter, but Banning destroys it. The two then face off in hand-to-hand combat, and Banning mortally stabs Jennings. Banning is exonerated, while Turnbull and Gentry arrest Kirby for treason, based on evidence Jennings had kept as an insurance policy. Clay decides to live with Banning and his family. Feeling guilty over his failure to protect Turnbull, as well as his undisclosed health issues, Banning offers his resignation. However, Turnbull forgives his mistakes and instead offers him a promotion to Director of the Secret Service, which Banning accepts. Thank you for watching.